am Shelley Youngblut, and I am the Western editor of the Globe and Mail. I became obsessed with music and alternative music and punk, and there was a magazine out of New York called Trouser Press that I adored. I adored everything about it. I created a magazine called Vox in Calgary when I was at university that was just like Trouser Press, including the fact that it was all designed with letraset, and so it was like a real do-it-yourself punk thing. There was this thread of people who wanted to share their enthusiasms that's run through every magazine I've ever worked on and every magazine I've ever loved. So we start with Trouser Press, and then because all the music I was listening to was from Britain, we go to The Face, which is probably one of the first magazines that really used music to talk about culture and talk about style. And it was art directed by Neville Brody, who's one of the design gods of our time, and I got to interview him when I was in my 20s, and he turned out to be completely unpretentious, and he didn't suffer fools, and he just worked. And there was nothing, it was not about the lifestyle, it was about the product, and I learned a lot from him. And his design is just so distinctive. I mean, there's a piece on Dexy's Midnight Runners, and you just get that really strong sense of bold graphic design from it. So I've held on to that one. And then Mojo, which is pretty much the last music magazine I bought. Again, it was just this sense that you could just love music almost too much. And it's not Rolling Stone, which I've always thought of as a bit of a sellout. This is just music fans talking about incredible musicians. And the best thing about this issue was that they've got Amy Mann, who I adored, but also Elvis Costello, and they're talking about the best things they'd heard all year. And in this case, Elvis Costello has Ron Sexsmith from Toronto, and every time they do an interview with Ron Sexsmith or a profile of him, they mention that Elvis Costello picked him. And there was something, again, at that point I was living in Toronto, and it was just this recognition that what I loved could also be loved by a lot more people. So those are the music magazines.